My name's Shell. Welcome to my channel where I'm documenting my weight loss journey on the new Weight Watchers 2025 plan, which I am really enjoying. I'm really excited to do the video this week because it's the first week in February and I've gone to, really making my weight loss journey a monthly plan rather than weekly. I think I find it quite stressful having to lose something every week. It doesn't seem very long, 7 days, to have to lose or gain. So this time I've gone to a monthly calculation, and this is the first week of February. I was going to wait and do everything on the 1st of every month, but I've decided that I'll do it on the first Tuesday of every month, which is pretty much the same thing, but it lets me just coordinate my two sets of scales. The set of scales I've got here, I weigh on each week because they're nice and easy. I just hop on and it just speaks out loud what the weight is, so I can keep an eye on what's going on. But my main scales that I'm doing my monthly tracking on are digital scales that are linked to my phone. I did show them, I think, in January, but they give precise details of all sorts of health markers, some of which I don't understand. So I'm skipping those, but the ones I do understand, I'm going to keep track of. So today, for me, is really my first monthly look at how things are going, and I can compare what's happening. And to be fair, I was so far ahead this month because my aim is to lose 2.5 pounds a month. I was so far ahead this month that I decided to take the weekend off Weight Watchers. So Friday, Saturday and Sunday I didn't do it. I was off plan, but that's not to say I was eating loads and loads of things that were wrong. It just meant that I wasn't tracking, I didn't track anything, and I had some few extra treats. So I had a glass of wine at night. I don't think I had any extra treats at night. And I had, I like on toast, I don't know what other people have on toast, but I like French mustard when I have toast. French mustard on toast, it was lovely. Not the hot English stuff, just the nice gently flavoured French mustard, really lovely. If you haven't tried that on toast, instead of butter or jam or whatever, just try French mustard, it's lovely. So this weekend, instead of having that, I had my favourite chocolate hazelnut spread, and it's lovely. And it's not too bad because I usually have about 15 grams on a piece of toast, which works out round about 4 points. It's not on the app, the one I have, but it's very similar to what I would think Nutella tastes like. I've never actually tasted Nutella, but it's the same sort of thing. So I use the same points as Nutella. It comes in a little jar like this, and it's called Diablo sugar-free hazelnut and chocolate spread. Oh, it's really, really lovely, really decadent. But it's a lot, to waste 4 points on in a general week. So I've been having that this weekend. And also we had, on Sunday, we had a lovely stir fry. And I used some coconut oil and some sesame oil. And we put some nuts and tofu and all sorts of things in it. It was very decadent, so that was extra. I actually bought the noodles from Marks and Spencer's. They were on offer. Those I don't know what you call them, rice noodles, angel hair, I think Americans call it, very fine noodles. And they had a huge tub of them on offer. When you do online shopping, just as you're about to leave, they offer you about 6 or 7 things at a really low price. I think they must be going out of date. So I bought those, which I haven't bought before, and they were really nice. So they're the things I've been having this weekend. So I have had a gain this week, but I'm quite happy with that because it brings me up to the end of the month, and I'm still way over the 2.5 pounds that I wanted to lose. So I'll go through with you what the results were this morning. So on January the 1st, my BMI was 31.3, which was in the obese category. I was back in the obese category, which I was quite sad about. This month I'm down to 29.9, so I'm so happy. I'm out of the obese category again and into the overweight category, so that's been a good drop this month. January body fat was 42.7% and now it's down to 41.6%. Subcutaneous fat, which I think is the fat that you've got on your hips and all that, was 30.4 and now it's down to 29.6, so that's a good drop. Visceral fat, which is the dangerous fat that's inside your body, around your organs and whatnot, it was 10.5 and now it's down to 10, so another good drop. And the one that the one that matters to me, and I don't know why it should so much, but to be on the scales, I'm just coming up to 57, and my scales put me down with a metabolic age of 72. My scales think I'm 72 years old on January the 1st. Today, it thinks I'm 68. Now, that's a drop of 4 years. 4 years. I don't know what I'll have to weigh until it says I'm 57, but we'll see. So I'm 4 years younger than I was last month. What about that? I'm so pleased about that. I'm just over the moon. Weight at the beginning on January the 1st, I was 11 stone, 2.5 pounds. So if I had been at 11 stone today, I would have been happy and I would have met my target. I haven't actually weighed in yet because on those scales this morning, they're different. These are the scales that I actually weigh in on. So we'll see. It's definitely less than 11 stone.
10 stone, 9.25 pound.
10 stone, 9.25. So I've put on £1.25 pounds this month, but that is still more than I could have hoped for. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, pretty much half a stone's gone in just in 1 month. And I know it's my first month, so it's always going to be a bigger loss than it will be generally. But the aim, I've met all my targets for the month, so I'm absolutely made up. I'm so happy. I'm hoping to do the same in February. That's my goal, to lose 2.5 pounds. So what I do on a week-to-week basis, I'm not quite as bothered about. I don't mind putting on. I like to lose. I don't mind maintaining. As long as I get down that 2.5 pounds by the first Tuesday in March, I'll be happy. So I'm very, very pleased. I hope everybody else is doing as well on the plans that you're doing. I hope you've all had a good January. It might be worth, if you do struggle like I do, it might be worth going to a monthly calculation, because I find it has taken the pressure off quite a lot. This idea that you have to lose every week, it has taken the pressure off quite a lot, and I've enjoyed doing it. So that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. So I was looking at my Weight Watchers plan today, and I thought, well, I took up the plan in December because I thought I got a good deal, and it was £8 in money a month. I thought it was for 8 months, but it's for 6 months, so it finishes at the end of May. I did think I was getting a good deal then, but I did see in January there were much better deals came out where people could sign up for £8 a month for 10 months even, which is a really good deal, but I took that deal, so that's the one I've got. So I do finish at the end of May, and if I was to keep going with the £2.5 a month, I would be in the 9 stones by the end of that in May, which would be wonderful. My dream would be to be 9.5, 9.5 stone by then, but I can't see that happening. But that would be my dream, to be 9.5 stone, because I think that's going to be my target weight. After that, I'm going to stop. I'll be quite happy at that. It won't be the lowest BMI, but I'll be well into I'm hoping getting near to out of the overweight category, and I'd be very pleased. So that's the plan. I have signed up to do in April a course in intuitive eating again. I know I've done this twice before, and both times it was a disaster because I didn't like the courses that I did. One of them, I just didn't get on with it, and the last one was with Gillian Riley, and I found her plan was so contradictory when you got into it, and I didn't agree with some of the things she said, and it did turn out in the end, although it wasn't advertised as such, it did turn out to be a low carb plan or a carb free plan, which wasn't not advertised at the time. But I'm going to do a course in April to do with intuitive eating in preparation for finishing with Weight Watchers at the end of May, because then the price shoots up to £26 or was it £28 a month, and I'm not really prepared to pay that. I can't stretch to that. So when the £8 a month runs out, I'll be finishing with Weight Watchers, and I need something to carry on with, and I'm hoping that by then I could be at or near my target weight. So I'm going to go and do this course with the intuitive eating and see how that goes. I think that's all the goals and things I need to tell you about. I've told you about what we've been eating this week. I've generally stuck to the same breakfasts and dinners. We've had some nice meals this week. We had baked potatoes last night. I do love baked potatoes. They were just so filling and warm. I didn't think it was going to get warmer this week, but I just saw an alert this morning saying that we got in for another week of snow and freezing temperatures, so it's going to be cold again. And next week I'm going to have a tooth out, so I don't know what I'll be eating after that, because last time it was quite sore for a few weeks. But we'll face that when we get to it. So let me know how your week's gone. I hope you've had a good month as I've had. I really like the Weight Watchers plan. I like not counting all the calories. I think I'm happiest if I could do calorie counting. I would be happiest, because I find that assurance of knowing exactly how many calories you've had each day reassuring, but I just can't be bothered to do it. When I go into the kitchen to make, say, a big stew for tea, I want to just bang it all in the pot and cook it and eat it. I don't want to be going and weighing out a carrot and then having to go and write it down, and then weighing out an onion and writing it down, and weighing out a tin of tomatoes and all these different things. I like to bang it in. So I always start off with great gusto calorie counting, but after 3 or 4 days I start thinking I can't be bothered to count all the calories that's going in the stew and then divide it all up and writing it all down, and I end up giving up. So doing something like Weight Watchers, where you only have to count a certain amount of things, maybe you only have to count 1 or 2 things going in the stew, it's a lot easier and a lot less to mess around with. But I do hate counting anything, but that's the way it goes. I think that's why I'm always striving to try the intuitive eating, and this will be the last time I try it. If it doesn't work for me this time, that'll be the end of it. But anyway, I've got till the end of May with Weight Watchers, and if I could get to that 9.5 stone, which is pretty much just over another stone off, I'll be made up. But it's a long shot, and I'm just really aiming for the £2.5 a month. So I'll see you next week for the weigh-in. Let me know how you've been doing below. I know some people have only just recently started, and some people are going great guns still, which is fantastic in February to still be going strong. Take care, see you next week, and I hope you'll see less of me. Bye then, see you next week.